Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. Hey guys, it's Tarot Tuesday. What's up? It's Tuesday and it's 9:30 and I figured we should tarot together because it's Tuesday and that's what we do here, I hope. So if it sounds different, it's because I'm not at my desk where I normally am. I'm at a different desk because we only have desks in this house. Like, it's the house of desks. Like, do you want to sit at this desk or that desk? We don't have a couch. We used to, but then the dog literally tore it apart. And I thought, fuck this. It smells like dog anyways. We just won't have a couch, right? So I've never gotten one since. And now that we have so many freaking desks, I don't even know where I would put a couch. Anyways, I'm out here in the sunroom so my daughter can do her schoolwork and I can have a little privacy out here. Because podcasting is like a very personal thing. You're just talking to yourself, right? I mean, do you masturbate in front of people? No, you go do that by yourself. And I'm not saying podcasting is as fulfilling as self-pleasure, but it's certainly something that like unless you're like the type of podcast that has guests. Okay, I'm talking about the solo podcaster. My solo podcasters. Do you want people to watch you or hear you? No. You want to think that you are alone. Okay. It's just me and you. Sorry to make it weird. Sorry to make it weird within the first 30 seconds. Wow, record breaking. Okay. We got a lot to do today, actually. I've already been doing a lot. The reason it's already 9:30, no, I did not sleep in. I'm getting up early, but I'm working on another project, narrating an audiobook of A Course in Miracles. It is the only way I am going to read this book, and understand it, is if I read it out loud. And surprisingly, there are a few people that are listening to these audiobooks. I'm like, okay, like, eventually I'm going to listen to them too, and I put like little ding dong sounds in the background so that you can't hear me shifting in my chair and my stomach gurgling, and it's pretty relaxing, I hope. Hopefully it's a decent recording, but the whole point was I really want to read A Course in Miracles because it's helping me profoundly. It's changing my life. Yes, it is sort of fucking with my reality, but that's why it's working, I guess. And the more I read it, it's just making more sense. It's helping me even more. It's helping change my energy. It's helping change my relationships. It's helping change my perspective. That's how it's working. So anyways, I'm excited to keep reading it. I really wanted to get the whole book narrated by the end of the year. November completely destroyed that possibility. But so I have to just let myself continue to work on it after the new year. And the reason I wanted to get it done is because I wanted to focus on the lessons after the new year and have the book read. But I guess that's not the plan. All right. So anyways, my energy is so much better today than it was yesterday morning, than it was last week. So that's the thing. I'm still going to do the spread I picked out, even though I'm not as desperate for clarification as I was 2 days ago. The spread that we're going to do today is why the fuck do I even care anymore? Which kind of was November for me. Why the fuck do I even care anymore? Right? Like that happens to me regularly. I lose sight of the point. I lose sight of the point, the goal. I lose sight of things to look forward to. And then I feel better. Like I flip-flop all over the damn place. So that's the good news. Sorry to break it to you. Even if you're in a terrible, depressing, just down place right now, it will actually get better. It always does. It always gets better. So I'm sorry to be the one to tell you that, especially if you're caught up in your ego, who really likes to be depressed and separated and rejected and painful. It's like we have this insane, sick part of us. I know you do, because we all do. It's called our ego, and it really looks for. It's like, oh, I feel like shit, and even though we're being tortured, the ego kind of likes it. And the thing is, like, if we allow ourselves to feel better, we will. If we allow ourselves to have like more meaning and purpose and give it over to God, give it over to divine plan, right? Let the Holy Spirit come in and just take charge. Take the wheel, Jesus. Yeah, it'll get better. It absolutely will. However, I know how it feels to be like, oh my God, like, what is even the freaking point of life? Like 2020's kind of like handed all of us that vibe on a rusty old platter. Like, really, what a challenging year to like constantly have faith that there is a point in life, even though it's like, wow, this really sucks. Yeah, like 2020 sucks. Yeah, like big time suck. Now, it hasn't been all bad. Absolutely not. I mean, in a lot of ways, if you didn't watch the news and you didn't know what was going on and you stayed away from it somehow, it's really fine. The weather was nice, you know. Well, where I live anyways, of course, I'm thinking of like all the freaking tropical storms. But anyways, my point is, it really isn't that bad, but even though sometimes it seems awful and just, I don't know. So anyways, I want to tell you, because I tell you everything. Forgive me, Father, for I've sinned. So yesterday and this weekend, I'm literally, like, even just yesterday, didn't I express many times throughout the Wood Bettany podcast, like, oh my God, like I was really definitely like missing having a lover yesterday. And I think I even said to you, like, I just feel sometimes so disappointed that it, like, in my mind, it could have, should have, would have been different. Like, why couldn't it have been different? Okay, so that was definitely culminating yesterday. Now, I've also been getting up every single morning, reading the Course in Miracles, infusing within myself a willingness to let Holy Spirit transform all of my relationships into something that serves humanity, into something that brings salvation to us, you know, like we really do. We are going to walk each other back to heaven. That's what we are all going to do. And it's like, let us start being happy now, because we are knowing this and feeling this and experiencing this. Because I don't know about you, but I am just sick and tired of the illusions, of the separation, of the hatred, of this crazy ego world. Like, that's what brings me down most of the time. Like, I cannot play this sick game much longer. Like, I have to step into different energy. And yeah, what we need to step into is holy energy. So, all right. So with that said, all this has been cultivating and brewing and my divine discontent. I've been aware of it, yet at the same time, I'm offering a willingness to the Holy Spirit. Like, okay, use me, Holy Spirit, because if I don't feel like I'm full of purpose, there is no point for me. If I don't feel like I'm serving my purpose and job here, there is no point for me. Now, right, like I'm going to let go of this thought that I have to have a special lover, you know, and I'll just work for Holy Spirit. Okay, fine. Sister Mary, Sadie. Okay, so yesterday I've renounced everything. I'm doing great. Wood Bettany got us some great affirmations. I am grounded. I'm focused on my projects in a relaxed way. We'll do our affirmations here quick. I'm ready for exciting surprises, even though I fucking doubt what they are. Right? It was this knowing, not a knowing. It was this volunteering of control. Like, I will give my control to divine plan now, because I don't know. I don't know what would be exciting for me. I know the one thing I like, a beautiful lover, right? Other than that, I don't know, but I'm open to it. I'm open with a peaceful heart, right? I'm going to do my work. Feel the earth's love for me. Feel love, be love, right? And whatever. So anyways, I'm working on my projects yesterday. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling better. I'm just offering comfort to, like, you know, my mom, and she's feeling better, and the kids are happy, and the dogs are still annoying, but I'm trying to, whatever, you know, I'm just trying to feel better. Well, don't I get a random, out of the blue text message from the lover, my 2020 lover, the only one I've had, not 9 months ago. How quickly a year passes. And, you know, I'm like, I'm happy to hear from him. He makes me laugh right off the bat because of what he's sending me. He's sending me a picture of a peanut butter chocolate ball, homemade, that, like, I gave him. Well, it must have been like January, February, I assume, that I gave him, that he still had one left in the box. I recognized the box. I was like, what the hell is that they sending me a picture of? I recognized the box that I gave him. And he was just saying he kind of had an off day, and he knows this will make it all better. You know what I mean? Like, he just, and I laughed so friggin' hard, because I was like, oh my God, like, how do you even still have this? Like, I didn't tell him it was, like, surely expired. But it just made me laugh so much, you know, because it's like, oh my God, like, that is just hilarious. So that's what I said to him. I was like, oh my God, how do you even still have that? I just, LMAO, like, you know, laugh my ass off. I was like, you are, and I just said, oh my God, you are so special to me. Because it just, you know, that's the thing, you guys. What kills me is not being truthful. What kills me is trying to pretend like I don't care for this person. I most definitely care for him. I love him. Do you know what I mean? And I'll probably always love him. Do you know what I mean? Like, it just was so easy and quick to love him. And it's tortured me all year trying to pretend like I don't love him, but I do. I don't love what he does to his body on a daily basis, but that's the other thing the Course in Miracles is trying to show me. We are not bodies. And so it's like I'm coming to this. I'm only on chapter 18. I'm still reading it. There's 31 chapters, you guys. And I'm just so curious how I'm going to be at the end of this book of the Course in Miracles, because I'm on chapter 18, and it's like saving me from myself. All right, so anyways, and I made a decision in that moment with that text message that I'm going to quit trying to play like cool, like he doesn't, like, you know, like he's a Capricorn and I'm a Taurus, so we're probably not going to talk about our feelings. We're just probably not going to talk about our feelings with each other. But I thought, you know what? I'm just going to send him love because I do love him in this moment. And I'm just going to do that with everybody in my life. You know what I mean? Like, be honest and be loving and be giving and be comforting. If I'm feeling it, I'm going to give it, take it or leave it. So I just said to him, you are my 2020 guy for sure. Haven't even, I'm reading this word for word, so you're with me. Haven't even kissed anybody else but you this year. LOL. Oh my God, my body hates me. ... Oh well. And then I said, I'm gonna try to give God a few more months to reveal the divine plan to me, but I'm starting to worry there isn't one. LOL. And then I went on to talk about peanut butter balls. And that, I said, another reason why this picture is so funny to me is that my daughter was just talking about making peanut butter balls yesterday for Christmas because I will only let her make them for the holidays. LOL. I will try to smuggle some out to ya. And that's all I said, right? Because it's like, hey, I love you. You're special to me. You're so, and it's like, listen, you're so special to me. I haven't even had anybody after you. There's just nothing that appeals to me. Of course, 2020 isn't the year to get laid, is it? But nonetheless, it's like, hey, he would be a hard one to top because I have definitely let you know, TMI Cherico here, our bodies fit together perfect. I was blown away by this guy. So anyways, and he messages me back after that. I miss you so much. You are such a beautiful person. Thank you for being a part of my life. And he says, not sure what to think about the 2020 man part being it's the apocalypse and all. So then it's yeah, it might be considered an insult. We had a laugh about that. And then I called him because I'm like, you know what? Is he having a bad day? He's eating an expired peanut butter ball from 9 months ago. Thinking, and I call, he's good. He's fine. He's positive. He's a happy person. But you know what? We just had a really nice conversation and we talked about our projects and the bread I've been making and the silver work he's been doing. And it's just, I like him, you guys. I really do. And the thing is, it doesn't have to go anywhere or be anything, even though I probably am gonna visit him soon with openness to whatever. But it's what hurts is that when you try to not love somebody or when you try not to care, that's you lying to yourself, and that just doesn't feel good. It's yeah, I get it. I get the circumstances. I get the whole whatever. But the point is, he is, according to the Course in Miracles, my brother, which is weird, but we're all brothers and sisters. We're all brothers, okay? We're all brothers and sisters. And we have to just love each other. And it's give it up to God, you know what I mean? And yeah, and so, yeah, and here's the thing, he hasn't been with anybody since me either. He says, I haven't tasted another's lips since yours. Not sure what you did to me, but it was probably for the better. So anyways, it's just, hey, we're planning a germ swap at some point. Anyways, here's the thing. Be honest. And the joke about my marriage. You know how I ended that, right? I loved him completely, and he didn't receive it. He didn't it wasn't returned, it wasn't received. I have literally loved people out of my life. And so if that happens again, so be it. But here's the point. For me, I need to be loving. I want to love because I am love. And so if he can't handle it, fine. The universe will send me somebody who can and will. But to deny myself the feeling of love, because my mind has talked me out of it is bullshit. Like, I've got to get it out of my system, and it's really like my obligation and responsibility and dedication to my own heart to allow myself to just send love to everyone and be honest. And hey, I don't have to have any expectations at this point. I do not. I won't. I don't even think I can anymore. But it was like a real breakthrough for me. And then I instantly broke into some better feeling energy. And I'm not as why the fuck do I even care anymore as I was 2 days ago. But we still gonna do that tarot spread. So grab your decks. This is a 4-card pool. We're gonna do why the fuck do I even care anymore. We're going to ask the deck, remind me of the point, remind me of the goal, remind me of what to look forward to, which I still would like to know. And then we're going to pull a final card that will be our tarot guide through this. Then, after that, for a special second segment to this podcast, I will be doing a personal reading for a special listener named Nicole. So, I know, that's pretty exciting. So it could be like a long podcast, but guess what? What else we doing? On the first day of December, I'm so glad you are here. This affirmation minute is brought to you by our herb of the week, Wood Betony, and I lovingly dedicate them all to you. Thank you. I am grounded. I focus on my projects in a relaxed way. I feel the earth's love for me. I am ready for exciting surprises. With a peaceful heart, I gather information and truth for my plans and goals. I am grounded. I focus on my projects in a relaxed way. I feel the earth's love for me. I am ready for exciting surprises. With a peaceful heart, I gather information and truth for my plans and goals. So be it. Thank you, Wood Betony. I had fun talking about Betony yesterday, or B-Tony. All right, so yeah, I am ready for exciting surprises. And here's the thing, you guys. Like, I know the last time that I saw my old flame, remember I told you I didn't want to kiss him the last time, because I was really, if I'm being honest, I was very much stuck in my judgment and condemnation of him. And the irony is, sometimes it's like allowing yourself to be unconditionally loving might actually produce results that you did not think. So I don't know if he could just dissolve now. Now that I've loved him, he might just dissolve. I don't know. Or maybe now that I've given the Holy Spirit permission to help me with all of my relationships and make them holy, it could be something I've never experienced before. Like, I'm kind of just open to it. And I'm also open to never acting the same way in a relationship ever again, because clearly how I've always acted in relationships has not been successful or fulfilling. So I'm definitely open to like things that I never thought about. All right, anyways, I just wanted to bring you up to speed with that. Are you rolling your eyes at me being like, oh my God, she just cannot let this guy go? I know. Like, why is that? I just want to know why. You know what I mean? Or maybe there's just something there for me to learn. Or maybe it is something that like is ultimately good or right for me. Or maybe it's just 2020. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. I don't know, but it is nice to have somewhere for love to flow. My mom and I have been talking about that quote, grief is love where nowhere to go, right? And that is truly like, you know, that makes sense to a lot of people because it feels so good to have something to love or someone to love or a place to send your love. Like, I love, as Abraham Hicks would put it, having an object of attention. It feels so much better to love someone than criticize them. It just does. So I'm just going to indulge in that for whatever it's worth. Okay, you got a deck. Get it shuffled. This is the Herb Crafters Tarot. Now this spread is from Herb Oracle. I don't know if you've heard of her. Yeah, let's go to the Herb Oracle page. Right? That's so funny. What do I even have on my profile page? If you go to Instagram and go to Herb Oracle, it says botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your podcast host at Herbal Marie. Okay, so yeah, it's basically my intro is what's on my Instagram page. But anyways, yeah, this is my own spread. This is the second one I've made. I did okay. It's black and white, surprise, surprise. And our first two cards are going to be on the left. I'm going to have to make room. So I don't know if I told you, but I am surrounded by sewing stuff. There's my $600 sewing machine that my ex-husband bought for me. It was on sale, but it's a really nice Singer. It's like got a computer in it. It's smarter than me. I've got fabric and spools of thread and an embroidery thread and a basket and an old-fashioned iron, everything. It's a huge table, but I still only have a tiny space because I got crap everywhere. So but we only have 4 cards. The first are on the left and they're kind of overlapped on the bottom corner, bottom right, top left corner, like boop, boop. You understand that, right? Boop, boop, diagonal down, 1, 2. So our first 2 cards, I overlap them because they're so similar. It's almost like the same question repeated back to back in different ways. And these questions, they are questions, but they are written as demands. Like you're just demanding your deck. Like we're not even using the word what. We're over that. It's just remind me of the point. I mean, you could say, what is the point? But no, we're not at that point. We're not at the place of using question marks. What is the point, right? Remind me of the point. Remind me of the point. Like, okay, cards, like just remind me of the point. And then the second one down is remind me of the goal. So they're kind of similar. They'll probably work together, I'm guessing. Like when you pull the cards, like they might play off of each other or almost be the same thing, or maybe like be a 2-part thing that it could, the point and the goal might be the same thing. What's the point? What's the goal? Right? What are you supposed to be focusing on? That's our third question in a way. So this is to the right then. Remind me of what to look forward to. So anyways, these are questions to ask, like if you've really just been like, I don't even know what to look forward to. I just am like, what is the point of life? What is the point? And that's how I feel when I don't have a lover. Like, what's the point? I'm not getting any dick. What is the point of life? Now, granted, these past 9 months have been so good for me because I have had to figure out what the point is, but without involving my body. What's the point of life? Like, right? Like, I've gotten to know myself. I've gotten to love myself. I've done my healing work. I've done my forgiveness work. I dove into my darkness. I cleared more of my shadow. I've brought in more light. I've got more dedicated. I've solidified my commitment to working in service for others. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there was a lot of benefits for not being distracted with a lover, you know, and there was a lot of benefit taking time and still taking time to just, you know, take care of myself. So anyways, I am so grateful. I'm so grateful that things, even though I didn't like the way they were playing out, I see the benefit. I see the lessons. I am appreciative. But there were just many, many days where it's like, what is the fucking point of this? Like, is there even any purpose or goal to my life? You know, I have like dozens of projects and I still wasn't fulfilled because I was in my ego. And you'll never be fulfilled in your ego. You won't. The ego will put glitter and gold on everything, but it's still not going to fulfill you because it's not real. So anyways, that's what we got to get into. Like, what's really real for you? Okie doke. So I'll just pull these cards as I like basically punch them and clear them. And I'll just be open to whatever, and you pull your cards. Tag me if you're on Instagram so I can like mention me in your comments or description, and so I can look at your cards. Okay, and I'm really excited for our fourth card, the last card, which is like just what's our tarot guide? Like, what's our guiding card through this little glitch? So this really was accurate for me over the weekend. Hopefully I don't fall into it again, but I know my tendencies, so I know that's always a potential. Whew, and I love looking forward to something, anything, everything. So let's see. Okay, you ready? All right. First card, and if two fall out, I'm just making the rules, and that will be the second card too, because I might just want to pull them back to back. Remind me of the point. Remind me of the goal. They're kind of like working together. It looks like the cards are holding hands, in that the point is diagonally above the goal, like lifting up the goal. Like, remember the whole point. What's your point of coming here? All right, it's coming off the bottom very clearly. My gosh, can I get this card anymore? It's lemon balm. It's a 3 of water. It's got that cute little girl tea set. I'm gonna put the deck down because since it came out like that, I'm gonna just sit with it for a minute. What is the point? Lemon balm. There you go. There's your answer. Remind me of the point. Lemon balm. Like, okay, this is funny. It's like, remind me of the point. We're making this so serious. Lemon balm comes in, like, seriously, with her little girl. It could be plastic teapot. It's probably not even a real teapot. Lemon balm comes in with her little pink chair and her her little stuffed animal that's a white rat, her little ratty. There's little cupcakes. There's we've got lilacs that we've put in like an old glass jar, like as a vase. Her little pink and purple tea pot with a heart on it. Her little teacup with it's white and pink with flowers and maybe fairies. And okay, so we're like all serious, like, remind me of the point. We're like in our despair, and And the great wisdom coming in is like child's play. The great wisdom coming in, like that we think that this is like a life or death question, comes in with plastic, and it's probably not plastic, but it looks like plastic teapot, you know, like just instantly bringing in the lightheartedness, like, oh, you silly human, you think this is such a big deal, right? And you get so down so quick, and remind me of the point. And lemon balm comes in with the 3 of water, like, oh yeah, I'll remind you of the point after we have our tea party, after we play and delight and eat cupcakes with frosting, after I make a chair for my stuffed animal so that it can also have a cupcake. It's just like, it's not that it's blowing us off, but it's just like showing us how instantly easy it could all be, how instantly easy we could all make it by just being like, oh my gosh, like I am being a little dramatic, aren't I? I am being just disillusioned with my, quote, disappointments that are only disappointments because I have judged them to be. But really, like, they're not even real, right? So anyways, the chapter that I was reading in A Course in Miracles today was so, oh my God, profound. And it was talking about how, like, it's like we have dreams while we are asleep at night, and then even though we think we are woken up in the morning, now we just have our waking dreams. And it's all just dreaming until we wake up to the reality of God. You know what I mean? Like what's really, 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 really real. And it was like, whoa. So it's like we wake up from one dream just to dream this waking dream, but it's like, oh my gosh, like it was just like it just is that ACIM, A Course in Miracles, ACIM, it's just always handing me things that shake me a little bit. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like it just is making me do that all the time. So this lemon balm says, okay, I will answer your question, your demand, remind me of the point. 3 of water, lemon balm says, lift your spirit with the scent of happiness. What is the point? Celebrate your heart's delight. That's the point. The point is to celebrate your heart's delight. The point is to be happy. It also says that in the Course in Miracles. That's our only purpose here is to be happy. Pleasure shared is pleasure multiplied. So it's like be happy and invite others to your happy tea party. Delight and get others to feel delightful and share in your delight and lift your spirits and uplift others. And yeah, there's a lot of stinky things in the world, but what we want to be smelling is the scent of happiness. We want to sniff out the good stuff. We want to sniff out the happiness. Remind me of the point. The point is to be happy. And when we are not happy, then we are like, what the hell's the point of all this? We start to feel despair because, duh, we're not happy. We have forgotten to look and feel happiness. We have forgotten to delight. We start believing the dream. We start believing the ugly dreams, right? And it's like, wow. We basically just get misguided. We get misguided by our own judgments and our own disappointments and whatever. But like really, it would be very, very easy for us to set up a tea party in our lives in our now moment and celebrate something, anything. Celebrate frosting. Celebrate lemon balm. Celebrate the fact that you have remembered now that your purpose is to be happy. Remind me of the point. The point is to be happy. The point is that if you can start feeling happiness, happiness is contagious. That's what we want to spread in the world, not fear, not separation, not loneliness. We want to infect everybody with happiness. Remind me of the point. Celebrate your heart's delight. Spend time with loved ones. Make merry, rejoice, celebrate your friendships. Make some new friends. Your community awaits you with open arms. You've already done the work to attract the right people. Allow your relationships now to grow with ease. Just like lemon balm will spread in your garden with ease. Allow your relationships in love and happiness to spread throughout your garden. Show your admiration and appreciation for others. Express joy in all areas of your life. And have yourself a cup of lemon balm tea, because that supports peace and calms your anxious heart, gets you down off the ledge. Okay, come on down, honey. Come on down. Let's remember the point. The point is to be happy. Now is the time to proclaim your true feelings. Okay, with that said, what did I just do with those text messages and that phone conversation last night? I proclaimed my true feelings, right? I wasn't asking for anything. I was just saying, you are special to me, okay? Like, I love you. You're special to me. I don't know what's going on in life, but hey, you will always be special to me, right? That openness, that lovingness, that created happiness within me. From being honest, from being loving, from showing admiration, from showing appreciation. That felt really, really good to me. And that's the point. Remind me of the point. Lift your spirit with the scent of happiness. Share pleasure. Pleasure shared is pleasure multiplied. Don't hold back your happiness. Don't hold back your love. Don't hold back your appreciation and admiration. It feels good to feel those feelings, those good, loving feelings. So feel them and share them. Uplift yourself. Uplift others. Be happy, because the point of it all is to celebrate your heart's delight. All right, so that was awesome. Do I even need to be reminded of the goal? I mean, happiness in itself is the goal, absolutely. Feeling good is the goal. Loving others is the goal. Just allowing yourself to be loving. It really does feel so good. And then once you get back on that, you're like, oh my gosh. All right, so here we have... Oh my gosh. All right. The deck wants to chuck itself out. I'm going to go against like my own spread here. The top and the bottom cards are coming off. So I'm so pissed. Remind me of the goal. We've got Chrysote bush, the Madre of Earth, and the Empress with Rose. So the goal, I'm going to do the Empress first. Because the way the Madre of Earth is, no, it has to be this way. Okay, all right, fine. The Madre of Earth is holding up her bowl of flowers to the sun. And I will put the Empress Rose with her honeycomb heart also beside it. So now my card is just a big square. So I'm like overlapping these cards to make one big square, and it's overlapping the lemon balm because the point and the goal want to work together. Okay, so the point is lemon balm's happiness, delight, all that delightful shit. Remind me of the goal. It's coming in with 2 cards because it seems like there's an offering to the earth, the Madre of Earth, and the Empress Rose is just love. It's just so much love, and that Empress love, which is unconditional, definitely service to others love. And the creosote bush also feels like service in a lot of ways with the Madre of Earth. So remind me of the goal. Madre of Earth, the Empress. Remind me of the goal. I would say my goal, and your goal too, is stepping into your feminine power, your love, your unconditional love, your Mother Mary kind of love, your steward and guardianship position to the earth. That's the goal. Make no doubt about it. We come in here and yeah, we'll talk about cards and herbs and dick and whether we're not getting it or not. But the goal is for us to serve the earth. We came here with purpose that far transcends all the little things that we get ourselves distracted with. We came here with goals of our soul's expansion. We came here with goals to help heal the earth. We came here with goals to help others. We came here with big soul goals. So remind me of the goal. Yeah, stepping into my heart, stepping into my light, offering what I can to the earth and to my brothers and my sisters, becoming love. Not that it's really a becoming, it's more of a remembering. It's more of a remembering that I am love and I am light and I am already truth. It is who I am. But it's like, yeah, we kind of like get amnesia while we're here and we get distracted and ooh, shiny things, you know. But the goal is to remember who we are. The goal is expansion and extension. The goal is growth. Yeah, it is a becoming, absolutely. A becoming and a remembering and a detaching and an offering. It's a loving. Yeah, let's see what the cards say in the book though. So the Madre of Earth, she was on the bottom, and Rose, the Empress, was on the top. Now, all the mothers in this deck are about love, nourishment, and guidance. And the Madre of Earth says, remind you of the goal. Okay. Be a guardian of the wild places. Build circles of women. Share the medicine. Oh my God, that makes it just, my eyes are welling up with water. Tears, Sadie, they're called tears. Yeah, that is the goal. Bringing us all together right now. We're all over the world. You can look at my podcast stats. There are women listening and a few men and a few non-binaries and a few who don't say. Isn't that creepy? It tells me like what genders are listening, or I don't know. It's so weird. Anyways, I'm like, I don't need to know that, but I do need to know that because one of my goals in this life is bringing that feminine power back to the planet. And so when I see that I have created a large circle, see, I like to just think of everybody as human beings, but when I see all these women awakening and a few men, welcome my dudes, a few men that are like understanding that feminine power and that balance within themselves, and the fact that this is part of their awakening too. I love it. I love it because that's part of my goal. Remind me of the goal. Share the medicine. Quit being a bitch, Sade. You are making podcasts to share the medicine. You are putting out information to remind people that they are healers, that the earth is healing, that the earth has medicine. So yes, Chrysote Bush says, yes, I will remind you of the goal. Be a guardian of the wild places. Build circles of women. Share the medicine. So yeah, that is absolutely the goal. And that comes in with number 3, the Empress, because that is also the goal, to open up our heart chakras, to allow unconditional love to flow through us, in and out, everywhere, extending this energy everywhere, igniting that flame within others to do the same thing, and then they will ignite others. And then before you know it, we're going to turn around and this whole world is going to be immersed in love. And how did we do that? We ourselves became more loving. We ourselves decided, as the Empress is saying, the goal is to be vulnerable yet strong. The goal is to say, yeah, I do have feelings and I had this experience and this is the way I feel, and connecting with others through our honesty, through our openness, talking about our feelings. What else is the goal? Rose says the goal is to nurture love and compassion. And a lot of us had to be broken down to do that. We literally had to have our whole lives crumble so that we could have compassion to ourselves and others. I just did it again in November. I had to get so sick so that I could understand what everybody was afraid of. I had to. I needed that experience. I needed that experience of not having love within me to understand that I want to nurture love. That is the goal. Rose says, I will remind you of the goal because it's beautiful. The goal is to see beauty. See beauty and abundance in every stage of life. The goal is to uplift the spirit and inspire love. The goal is to embody sensuality in bold, vibrant ways. The goal is to heal our hearts because healing the heart heals the world. The goal is to share the medicine. The goal is that every stage of your life has passionate expression. And at every stage of your life, you can see the beauty and abundance. The goal is to create, to make, to love, to play, to feel delight. That's the point. That's the goal. Ooh, that is so good. Lemon balm, chrysote bush, rose. The goal is to share the medicine of love. The point is to delight in the beauty and the abundance and the happiness. It's here for us. All we have to do is sniff it out. Wow. Okay, I totally forgive my cards for not adhering to the layout because that was awesome. So I will forgive my cards for bringing 2 out because they worked so perfect together. Woo! All right. So our third card, as if that wasn't enough to look forward to, because I mean, I'm like happy to look forward to that. There is still one more question. Demand. There is still one more demand. Remind me of what to look forward to. So remind me of what to look forward to. Although happiness, delight, love, bringing together circles of women, sharing the medicine, guarding the earth, like my inner warrior is like, yes, that is what I came here for. Like my inner warrior is more than happy to stand on the front lines for Gaia. But is there anything else to look forward to? Remind me of what to look forward to. It'll be funny if we get the death card. Like there's lots of cards that I can think about that could be very funny to get. But hey, we are just open. That's what we do when we come here. We're just open. But I am shuffling a few more times just for the sake of, all right, Spirit, give it to me. Remind me of what to look forward to. So it's so nice to get a whiff of happiness, to start to sniff out delight, look for it, feel it. It's like, thank you for pulling me up from the darkness. Now, remind me of what to look forward to. All right, this card came out. It came out from the center and almost fell off my hand. A little dance, a little jiggle. Remind me of what to look forward to. It's number 17, the star, Cottonwood. All right, so this goes over pretty much, it seems about the same height as lemon balm. But it's over to the right, a little further than I thought, because you know we make exceptions to the rules here, absolutely. But how fun! Remind me of what to look forward to, and we get the star. So, I mean, my ego is like, I knew we were going to get famous. Oh, girl, you crack me up. But it's like, you know what? Really feeling like you are the star of your own life. That is a fun way to live. It really is, because it's like you are delighting in your tea party. You're delighting in your medicine. You're outside and you're like under the stars, or you're in the forest, or you're in front of a sunset. And because you are the star, you feel like the universe did all of this just for you. You know what I mean? You start to get these synchronicities that you're like, oh my gosh, like, wow, my guides and angels and everyone's really going all out today for me. And you feel like you're the star. Like you feel like so blessed. That's what it is. It's not like an arrogant thing like, look at me, look at me. It's like, wow, I am blessed. I am so blessed. I'm given all these gifts from the universe. I just feel like everything goes my way and delights me and surprises me. Like Wood Bettany said, I am ready for exciting surprises. Like I didn't even know I wanted a surprise today, but look, I'm getting something exciting is coming my way. Good things with the star, number 17, to look forward to. Now, she has a few other things, because we demanded, remind me of what to look forward to. In Cottonwood, the star says, I'll tell you what to look forward to. your broken pieces, hashtag 2020, your broken pieces contain the stars of hope. So when you get caught up in that feeling that you go so low that you actually say out loud, why the fuck do I even care anymore? Those broken pieces contain the stars of hope. And if you think about how you've been shattered this year, you should get very excited when you think about how every one of those little pieces of your whole world shattering contains a star of hope. She says, what do you have to look forward to? Opening your heart to grace. Yes, you enjoyed your lemon balm tea party and that was fun and that was cute. But think about how good it will feel when you open your heart. You genuinely open your heart to grace. Remind me of what to look forward to. Being generous with your blessings. So you become the star of your life. You're feeling so blessed. You're feeling abundant. And guess what the next logical thing to do is? Sharing your blessings with others. Because it feels good, because you feel good and you're happy and your heart's open and grace and unconditional love and divine light is flowing through you. And you're delighting in your happiness and you're sharing your love and you're experiencing all these wonderful things. Then you get to be generous with your blessings. Then you get to remind other people that there is hope, even in those darkest moments. And you can be so solid in your faith and your belief in possibilities that you can light up other people's dark nights. So yeah, that is something to look forward to. Being whole, feeling holy, letting spirit guide your life, encountering grace, being generous with your blessings. Those are really admirable and wonderful things to look forward to. Yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh, these are really beautiful. Many thanks and much love for my cards for, man, being cooperative, not bringing in the death card and the tower and the 3 of swords and the 10 of swords. Right? That would have sucked. that would have been like, oh wow, my tarot deck hates me as I push things off the desk trying to make room. So okay, final card is my tarot guide through this. So I feel like these are all wonderful herbal allies, but you know what? You know, in this holy instant, we feel amazing. But we know we're not fooling ourselves. This is a journey. We're still going to have things that come up. Or, you know, it's like, yeah, we want to open our heart to grace, but we might need a little help with that. We want to share our blessings, but we might need some help with, first of all, feeling blessed and then learning how to share and give. We might need confidence to bring circles of women together. We might need guidance in sharing the medicine and how to do that, right? We might need someone fun to attend our tea party. So who is my tarot guide through this? Through this process, through remembering the point and being reminded of the goal and having the reminders in front of me of what to look forward to, not losing sight of this again, okay? Because I do want to care And I don't want to say like, why the fuck do I even care anymore? That's so at the end of my rope. I'm like, when I get to that point, like, I want to let go of the rope, right? And the thing is, it's not my time to do that. I still have lots of work to do. And so I gladly ask and receive help. And let's see who my tarot guide through this will be. Who's going to help me? Who would like to be my guide through this? Whoa. I just was getting ready to be a smartass and say nothing, nobody wants to help me. Okay, I'm frozen because the deck did something weird. A card shot out to the right. I caught it with my forearm, like pinning it down on my pocket of my pants, and it didn't fall on the ground because I caught it. But it was definitely fast-moving energy. My tarot guide through this is Willow. That's cool. My tarot guide through this is the Four of Earth, Willow. Now, here they're weaving a basket made with the willow twigs. God, I hope I don't have to make a basket. All right, but I know right off the bat, two things what this card was telling me personally. One, it's flexibility, you know, and I appreciate that. I do want to be more flexible physically, emotionally, mentally, like I get it. But also I thought of Daryl Anka's novels that he's writing, his books that he's writing, Willow, she's the main character. And I thought of her right away too. So anyways, that was kind of interesting. But the willow tree, now, if you've been hanging out with me a while here, you've probably heard me talk about the willow tree when I was a kid. I used to play under my grandma's willow. I would get in trouble because I would go down there to play, and I feel like I'm under her and in her room because, you know, they hung down and created this outdoor room under this willow tree. And I thought nobody could see me in there, but they still could. And then I would be playing, and then I would feel like the tree wanted me to swing on her like I was a monkey. And so I would do that because I felt like that was what I was supposed to do. And then I'd hear my grandma be like, stop swinging on her. You know, like, then I would get in trouble. But nonetheless, I was very connected to this tree, and I loved it. I've loved the willow tree, probably my first tree that I loved. And so now to see that my guide through this is still the willow tree, that really feels special to me. To ask who my guide through this will be, and it takes me back to my childhood tree, which takes me back to the 3 of water, the lemon balm with that tea party, right? It takes me back to this enjoying life because I really did enjoy being a child. I still am a child. If you hung out with me, you'd be like, how's she 42? Like, she's such a spaz. You know, like I'm still totally a kid at times. And then at other times, I am that stern-faced warrior, you know, ready to protect the wild places. But then I play, you know, and I feel really comforted when I think about the energy of a willow tree. And I feel really inspired when I think about how the willow tree has those deep, deep roots that go down into the earth and find nourishment and stability. And she can rock and sway and play, and she can give all these branches to make baskets. She's abundant. She's flexible. She's loving. She dances in the wind. Ooh, and she danced right out of the deck too, didn't she? Ooh. Four of Earth. Four of Earth. Willow is my tarot guide through this, my tree guide. Let's see what she says in the book. Four of Earth. Four of Earth. Willow. Okay, very good. So we got a water, two earths, a star, and an empress today. And Willow says, yes, I will be your guide through this. And here's my advice to you. As your guide, be a wise steward of your resources. Be flexible, yet sturdy. Strong roots help young sprouts grow. So yeah, she wants to teach me to take time to gather my resources respectfully and carefully and tend to them well. Little conservation, which makes sense after November. Like, I want to jump back and finish my podcasts, like steamroll through them. And she's like, no, no. She's like, no, no, we're not steamrolling. We're going to be smart about this. We're going to rest. We're going to listen to our body. We're going to be strong, sturdy, and flexible. So yeah, this is a border plant. It can protect a natural area, which is amazing that it comes in with the Madre of Earth, who wants us to protect the wild places. And Willow herself is it's a sanctuary for small animals. And we want to preserve what we have gained. And we want to be flexible, just like young trees can be shaped into baskets. And making tools for today is medicine for tomorrow. Build a foundation for future harvests. A tea made from willow branches is used as a rooting hormone that helps other plants grow. Ooh. So it's like she wants to teach me how I can help other people grow even more. Yes. Give thanks to those who have given your life roots. Be as generous in sharing your gifts as your teachers have been with you. So yeah, it's like, my ego can be like, why the fuck do I even care anymore? And like all my guides and teachers, yeah, that's just it. They sigh and they're like, oh God, here we go again. Can we please get this lady girl on the page of being generous? Like we are giving you, Sadie Herbal Marie Cherico, the entire fucking world, okay? You now need to give to others. Give. Like that's like, it's like a whole stadium chanting at the star on the stage. Give. Like, don't hold back or you'll just die at this point. And that's, I feel like, what the guidance is. Oh yes, honey, you're going to be taken care of, and you're going to quit worrying about that petty shit. And now you're going to give and give and give and give. The other thing that my tarot guide, Willow, says through this is, oh my gosh, yeah, to be flexible and strong and shower your teachers with gratitude. So it's like, yeah, that's all I can do, really. Learn to be grateful and then give and give and give. And that will remind me of my purpose. That will keep me from losing sight of the point and the goal. That will give me something to look forward to, because it truly feels so wonderful to give from a genuine, wholesome, open-hearted, loving place. Yeah. 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 Okay. Can I get some transition music? Do 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 do. For the second half of this podcast, yeah, we're just gonna marathon it today. We're just marathoning today. It's fine. For the second half of the podcast, I'm going to be doing a reading for a specific person who has given me permission to do it publicly on my podcast, and which I love because we'll all benefit from it and it'll be interesting. So pay attention. I'm just grabbing your attention right now. We have to go back in time now to start this. So if you're not paying attention, you might be like, wait, what's going on? What happened to Tarot Tuesday? We are switching now. That was a good tarot reading. I really liked my reading. Now, as my tarot cards suggested, for me to give back, right, to help others. What a coincidence. Now, for the second half, I'm going to be chucking decks all over the place and doing a reading for a listener, Naughty Shenanigans. So anyways, I'm going to play the 2 parts that I recorded Sunday for this. So I'm going to go back and let you listen to those first. So Nicole reached out to me Saturday, and she said, hey, no, really, that's what she said. Hey, lady. She said that she just finished listening to the podcast for the week. Like she had just caught up with them, and that they spoke to her so much. And she herself is at a crossroads in her life, and she would really love a reading from me. And then she followed up with 6 emojis that was really hard to say no, like prayer, namaste, star emoji, high fives, looking glass, magic ball, plants, and radiating love heart. And I was like, dang, how can I say no to that? Right? Because those were some of my favorite emojis. And I was like, yeah, I wanna do this. So anyways, in her life, and you can look her up at Naughty Shenanigans. In her life, Nicole, she says she's at crossroads. She needs to make some decisions. And like all of us, she wants to lean on spirit more. She knows she needs to. She knows she needs to surrender, right? Sometimes knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe. And you're like, okay, so I know I need to do this, but hey, I'd love a little assistance. And she just was reaching out to say that she was so grateful that she came across me and the podcasts. And then, do you have Venmo or PayPal? So thank you so much, Nicole. Your donation was beyond generous, and I really appreciate it. You have funded birthday and part of Christmas, and I appreciate you so much. That took a load of stress off of me because I was wondering how the hell I was going to make that happen, and now it's happening. So thank you so much for that. So anyways, here's the funny story. I told her to message me back. First I was like, can I use your name? Can I do this publicly? And then let me know some specific questions. I said, send me a few specific questions that you want me to ask the card, or we can just tune in and see, what's helpful, what's not, So Sunday, I show up thinking that I'm going to check the messages and she's going to have sent me the questions and what can I call her by her real name, whatever. And what's so funny is I log in. She said she didn't send me any questions. She's like, yeah, she replied back, let me think of some questions, but then she never sent me any questions. She did send me a picture of her teabag quotes. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I love this woman so much. I'm like, send me some specific questions. She's like, okay, I will. And she doesn't do that, but she does send me pictures of her teabag messages. And I was like, all right, so this is definitely part of my soul family. This woman is definitely part of my soul family, because she's, coming at me saying, yeah, I got to make decisions. I'm at a crossroads. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to help you. I'm lined up with this. Let's go. Let's get this energy moving. Send me your questions. And she sends me teabag quotes. So, Nicole, I'm only giving you hell in a loving way, because that to me was hilarious. It's like, okay, here we have energy that wants to flow, that wants to clarify itself. And a lot of the times, without realizing that we do it, change and clarity doesn't come to us because we drag our feet. And we don't realize that, like, we're the ones slowing ourselves down. So I just thought that was hilarious, because, like, I too did this, like, for the first half of the first year of this podcast. And she said she was going back to listen to the beginning episode. So you'll see that, I'm like in my own marriage, in my old marriage. I knew something had to change. And this universe was like being a catalyst, making things get crazier so that I would go with the flow and change. But I was like, oh, I don't know. And I would like avoid it. So there was definitely this energy right off the bat for this reading of avoidance, of slowing down, of stalling, of dragging it out. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not like giving you hell to be like Susan Weed or anything. I'm not turning that podcast into this. Does Susan Weed still do that podcast where people call in and in their vulnerability ask her a question and then she just hands their ass to them? I love that. I love her. I love that about her. But anyways, I'm not harassing you or giving you hell for any other reason other than I love you, but that it was so funny to me that, like, I was like, yep, let's go. I'll do this in the morning. Sunday morning's yours. And then it's like, where's the energy? So this is funny, because I hope it's okay that I share this. This is hilarious to me, because Nicole told me that she has been married for 9 years, separated for 5 years, and they do need to get divorced. But look at that, getting drug out. So I definitely feel that stalled, congested energy that makes it very, very difficult to make a decision and to line up with what you should be doing in your life. And yeah, surrender is definitely a good keyword for you, to kind of be like, okay, I gotta surrender this energy and let it flow and see what happens. But anyways, we're going to pull cards. But first, before I go on and on, but anyways, I just wanted to have a laugh with you. I did like your tea messages. I love your tea mug. I do. And then she did get back to me, and I'm checking it now. Yes, I can use her name, but I wanted to make sure, So yes, Nicole, Naughty Shenanigans. Yeah, she is in the process of really doing some cool things in her life, buying a converted school bus or motorhome. Now she says she's a Libra with a Pisces moon. Now I'm not an astrologer, but anyways, she knows that maybe that's why she has a tremendous time making decisions. She's made a few bad ones, and she has not relied on her intuition ever. So shout out to you, girl, for admitting that, seeing that, recognizing that. Like, after I recognized my own bullshit, that was a turning point for me. Like, when you can start to identify your own shenanigans, your own naughty shenanigans, your own bullshit, like, it's like, whoa, okay, now I can observe myself, now I can figure myself out. Like, that is part of the work. It was for me anyways. So anyways, she didn't ask me any specific questions, so we are going to leave this open to the universe, to my higher self connecting with her higher self. And she feels like she's in a good place. She is in the right direction. She feels good. You know, she would like a little guidance because there is so much going on in her life, but she's working on herself. She's growing. She's evolving. She's just having a little difficulty taking that leap of faith. And I can relate to that. So this reading is going to benefit me too, because when we did the podcast, Manifest More Faith, I think I just flat out said, like, wouldn't that be nice to really, truly have faith? Like, really. Like, I was like, sort of like being like, oh God, I like the sound of this. I don't right now, but like, I would like it. So anyways, she says, so thankful for you and your podcast. Archangel Michael has come up for me last couple of days. So she is going to go back and listen to the Archangel Michael podcast. And I grabbed that deck to be here with us, even though I already had 4 other decks picked out for you. When I saw that you messaged me that, I was like, and Michael, you too. So I have 5 decks here. I'll tell you what they are after we get in my time machine. We're finally getting in my time machine now. And I'm going to let you listen to what I recorded Sunday, and then we'll come back to the present moment, and we'll pick up all these decks and just see what comes out for Nicole at Naughty Shenanigans. That's like Knotty, like naughty dreadlocks, Naughty Shenanigans. We'll all send Nicole love. We'll all benefit from her vulnerability of saying, hey, I would love some help getting more faith, getting more intuition, more in tune with that. It's something you practice. I can tell you that. It's something you practice. And yeah, we'll all just be thankful. All right, get in the time machine. Here we go. Back in time to Sunday. Good morning, folks. Ew. Good morning, folks. Is that where we're at in life? Well, somehow, bitches. What's up? It's Sunday. I'm sitting here. I just heard the church bells, ding, ding dong. So that means it's 9 o'clock. I think they might ring them again at 9:30. So fingers crossed, we might be able to get to hear them again. I'm peeking in to do a special episode. No, it's not an archangel. It's going to be a personal reading for one of our listeners. Who, thank you so much, made a super duper generous donation to me, and in thanks, I want to give her a reading back. Now, I need to go back to our messages to get the deets, okay? But I figured I would do my intro while my throat was unclogging. I figured I would do my intro real quick. I didn't check her message yet for the questions and the topic, even though I know it's like got the relationship theme going on from what she's previously told me. But I like to be surprised in my head. Like, I don't like to prepare. I actually don't even like to say that word, apparently. Prepare. That's a tough one. Try it. Prepare. Because, like, if I would have checked her email last night, I would have been podcasting in my head all night, or I would have stayed up or tried to think that I knew what to say best, you know, and I don't always know what to say best. That's why I sit down and I allow and hope to God that Spirit will help me, or else it might be very awkward. But anyways, so yeah, I'd like to wait, and I can't actually check it right this second because I'm uploading a video on my phone, the Daniel Scranton channeling for today is being uploaded to YouTube. So I think that's about done, and then I'll check it. So anyways, this morning I got up I got up and I read another part in chapter 17 of A Course in Miracles. And I'm not kidding you. The title of that part, chapter 17, part 5, is called The Healed Relationship. So I'm already like well on my way of bringing in hopefully answers to our questions and hopefully guidance to our misguidance. And the thing about the Course in Miracles is it has such a different approach. See, like if you came to me and told me about, your ex-husband and whatever, like my egoic support system response would be like, oh my God, he's such a douchebag, leave him. You know what I mean? Like, let him burn in hell. Like, that's like the way that we approach things in life. And the Course in Miracle is giving me like a whole new tool set, a whole new approach. Like, I mean, had I had read it at the beginning of my marriage and my husband would have read it at the beginning of our marriage, we might actually have a marriage. But we can all still improve our relationships regardless of where they're at, or ongoing, because like you never really shake people out of your life, it's like you might as well love them and forgive them and try to see the light of God in them. So anyways, I'm just assuming we're going to ask questions today about relationships. I'm going to go check the message. Maybe she just wants to talk about, something totally different. But anyways, and also I want to see I didn't even check to see like, what I need to refer to her as. But anyways, it's nice whenever somebody and I connect for a personal reading and they give me permission to do it publicly. Because one, like generally I just read for everyone all at once, collectively, general, timeless messages. But occasionally I feel like doing a specific reading. And I'm always so glad because to do it publicly, because even though I am going to be specifically focused on one person, we all benefit. We will all hear something that we need to hear. That's why I selfishly do it. Because it's like, yes, I can pull cards for you because like now, year upon year after year of doing this, I know how much I will get out of it. So no promises, of course, with guidance. The disclaimer is always there to always listen to your own guidance, your own intuition. But I'm more than happy to shuffle and pull cards as long as, as long my insecure lady inside is saying, yeah, as long as there's no pressure on me. And if nothing else, we have fun. A couple weeks ago, my friend Charity visited me, and she's going through some shit. And she was like, could you pull me some cards? And I was like, sure. So I got out all these different decks, which that's probably what I'll do today. I like to cross-reference. I like to pull from several decks, whichever ones seem to be calling me, to cross-check and see like if there's similar messages come up. Like I like to give spirit a lot of opportunity to come in and say what we're ready to hear. But anyways, like after pulling like my friend like a dozen cards, it was like the same fucking message, like just with no matter what deck I chose. And I said, I just pulled you all these cards and literally it totally told you, I know what you already know. And she just is laughing and I'm laughing. But sometimes that's what somebody needs, a confirmation. Like, I know it. I know what I need to do. I know it's right. And I know it's not right. And I know what feels best. And I know what feels off. But yet it's like you still just want somebody to hold your hand. And I'm here to do that today. So, all right, well, let me go back to my messages and get caught up to speed. I'll give you the deets as I get them. And yeah, I totally just did not even check in before I even did this intro because I just didn't want to be too prepared. No pre-preparing, you guys, because yeah, we don't do that here. With that said, I still didn't go over yet because I'm still just sitting here. With that said, last night, no pre-preparing except whenever spirit makes you prepare. I just remembered this. Last night when I was in my bed and I was thinking about, oh my gosh, like I'm actually really looking forward to doing this tomorrow because it'll be fun for me. And I mean, not that I don't have other fun stuff. I have to clean the kitchen, clean rabbit cages, you know, clean, clean, clean. I have all this housework to do today, but before I get going on that, I'm gonna do this because it's fun. Well, anyway, so I'm thinking about this lady, you know, sending the whole. I'm trying to bless the whole thing. Like I hope it goes well, whatever. So I'm just focused on her for like a hot minute, and I see in my head the desert. I see in my head parched desert land. And so the desert came in as like a message for us today. And what the desert was showing me, and I'm talking like desert that's like cracking. The desert wanted me to start thinking in advance about how even the desert can go too far in its dryness, in its parchedness, in its inability then to absorb any water. And I think it was kind of like this analogy of like sometimes how a relationship, you know, can end and then we cut ourselves off from love, or we say like, I'll never do that again, or whatever. And the desert just wanted to, it was kind of like a warning analogy, like, hey, take it from me, don't let yourself get to this point where even when the rains come, they just roll off of me because I'm like, I've turned to rock. I can't absorb anything. And even though I'm so parched and dry and thirsty, you know, like it's just so hard for me to remember how to absorb the water again. And so anyways, it just was this weird visualization. I don't go around thinking about deserts usually, but it just came in last night, so I'm just going to put it out there, which makes me think of maybe I'll grab the Earth Magic deck since the Earth was chiming in. That could be one of our decks today. All right, now I'm going to go read her message, but I just remembered the desert. The desert was talking to me last night when I was thinking about doing this reading, so I just want to include her. All right, now we're going back to now, which would have been the future if we were in the past. Okay, I hope this is all making sense, or if nothing else, at least is interesting. And thanks for staying past our normal Tarot Tuesday for a personal reading for Nicole. So I have the Earth Magic deck because, yeah, I remembered that the desert showed me that imagery of the very, very parched land that gets to the point where it's unable to absorb rain, which I was associating with love. But because you feel like you've never tapped into your intuition, you could also see the rain as your guidance system. Like you are being guided. Your higher self is trying to knock on the door and get through to you. But if you've become like the parched land that's unable to receive, yeah, like you might be able to relate with the desert in that way. Like, okay, like I have to learn how to receive, absorb what's here for me, what's being given to me. So anyways, because of that desert, we have the Earth Magic oracle cards. So we'll do that one first. Then, because Archangel Michael, once he gets in your life, expect him to always be in your life in a humorous way. Like, he'll just start showing up, and I know he wants to be here because you wouldn't have told me that. You were inspired to tell me that because I know he wants to be here. So then we'll do a card or two or 100 from Archangel Michael, from Dorian Virtue. Then the other 3 decks that I grabbed was the I Ching Wisdom. And I was like, really? But I wanted to grab this deck because I feel like it's a pretty good deck to identify problems. I have not worked with this deck very much at all. It's one of my newer decks. But it's cute. It's kind of cute in a way. And its nature is the basis of all knowledge. So the I Ching is on these cards, and they're like cartoony drawings. Like, some of them are funny, but they will bring up topics that maybe we should look at. Then, because you want to connect into more of your own guidance system and intuition, I wanted to grab a deck that, if I could buy you all a deck, like if I was Oprah, you would all get the Soulful Woman guidance cards. You would all get this deck. It's by Shushan Movsesian. I have no idea how the fuck you say her name, but she's amazing. And Gemma Summers. It's called Soulful Woman Guidance Cards. Awesome. And it has really helped me listen to my own guidance system, reminded me of beautiful things, and they all have an affirmation. Okay, so since you didn't really ask any specific questions and you feel like you're on the right track, I want to acknowledge and celebrate, yes, if you feel like you're on the right track, and you feel good, you are. You don't ever need anyone other than you to confirm that. That's part of the process. Climbing that mountain, getting to the top of it, and not even looking for confirmation, recognition. Like, you're doing what you need to do, and because of the way it feels to you, you know it's the right path for you. You don't let doubt get in there. You don't need validated. You don't need anything from anybody. So I'm really glad that you're on that path. Absolutely. And the Soulful Woman is going to help you keep becoming that intuitive being. So me, as that friend who gives you hell, would definitely say, quit saying that you don't have intuition and that you're not connected to it. You are, more than you realize. That's a negative affirmation. So yes, maybe that has been how it was in the past, but now you're not going to say that anymore. Now you're going to say things like, my intuition keeps growing. I can tell by the way that I feel that I am on the right path. I am now making sound decisions. And I had a really funny look on my face. Like, so maybe at first you won't believe that, right? Because you're like, oh my God, like, look at my track record. But it's like, you have to start telling a little bit of a different story. Just like I've had to really make an attempt to do that, and I am still changing my lyrics. I am still changing my story. Absolutely. Okay, so anyways, Soulful Woman, and then I wanted to definitely give you some flowers and thanks. So Soul Flower is also here. So Soul Flower, Soulful Woman, the I Ching Wisdom, Archangel Michael, and Earth Magic. I know. It's like, okay, what a bunch, what a group. But that's what I was called to, between the desert visual, your mentioning of Archangel Michael. I still don't understand the I Ching, whatever. And yeah, your intuition and you developing your own set of guidance and faith. Faith is really what brought in the soul flower, and the intuition brought in the soulful woman. So that's how I picked out your decks. All right, so let's move you over here. I'm still out here in the sunroom. It's freezing out here. Good Lord. But I'm excited to be doing your reading, all in perfect timing. You know, after Sunday, you didn't message me back. Guess what? I was like, okay, that's okay. And then I got chapter 17 finished in A Course in Miracles. So it actually, worked out. Even though I was really excited to blow off what I had to do just to pull cards for you. Like, now that I look back, I'm like, well, that was good that you got your work done. You know, it's good to stay focused. And now that I've done that, I created like a good rhythm for myself this week of making sure I work on my Course in Miracles first, because that's a project I want to keep chipping away at. So that could also be another message for you as well, because anything that I think of in a weird way is relevant to the reading. So prioritize. The message is to, oh, there's the UPS guy. My dogs are going to go freaking ballistic. But the message is to prioritize that which you want to manifest in your life. So if your intuition is important to you, every morning pull a card, journal, focus on developing that more and more. Prioritize. Pray for clarity. So yeah, that's what I told Nicole in the messages. It's like, first we'll pray for clarity, and then we'll pray for some more mother trucking clarity. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, Earth Magic. This is by Stephen D. Farmer. This is an awesome deck. Absolutely. It's got all types of cards. This is one of my longest standing decks that I've had, and it's beautiful, and it's the only deck I think that I have that has a desert in it, and that's why I thought about this deck. All right, so I'm going to put my hand on this deck, and even though it's already obvious to my higher self, because hopefully my higher self is paying attention, I will just say out loud, this message is for Nicole, Naughty Shenanigans. I love that. I love your username. And I really, from my small mind, I really don't think that I ever have anything to offer anybody. But I know that on the grand scheme of things, we have something more important to offer each other, better than words. We have energy to offer each other, love, support, compassion, understanding. So let us connect in that way and bring forth any messages that are relevant. And may all who listen in walk away with something, even if it's just entertainment. I'm always happy just to have fun. But, you know, if there's a message to be heard, for the love of God, let us hear it. Okay, so Earth Magic. Let's just bring in some Earth energy for Nicole. And I'm not limiting the cards or anything like that to numbers, like just whatever wants to come in for Nicole. May certainly do that. Giving her guidance. Whoops. All right, Lightning and Power just fell out on my lap. But I wasn't even fucking done asking the question or saying the prayer. Do you know what I mean? Like, that always is so rude. All right, so the deck split apart with Lightning. So now I have 2 bottoms and 2 tops. Okay, essentially. I've got lightning in the middle that split apart, and on the bottoms on one side we have dance and celebration and love and compassion. And just for shits and giggles, because I'm a nosy bitch, I want to see what's on the top of love and compassion. It is the full moon completion, and we are in a full moon right now. So can I get an amen to that? Because it's like, if you've been stuck in a cycle of doubting yourself, not having faith, not feeling connected to your intuition, dragging your feet, not knowing what decision to make, can we complete that shit? Can that cycle be done now? Can we step into our power with lightning? Can we celebrate that with dance? Can we have love and compassion for ourselves? No judgment. That old cycle, it is what it is. But now we're going to say, I am empowered to make my decisions in life. Let's see what's on the top of dance. It is the autumnal equinox with release. All right, so very good. We are ready to release that old story. We are ready to complete that cycle, which means maybe at some point you'll actually do your paperwork for your marriage. And I do have thoughts about that. And hopefully the beginning of this tarot podcast, you kind of heard what I was stepping in. And it's like, you got to love that situation. Even if it's a little hairy, scary, complicated, whatever. Like, the best thing you can do for your marriage and your husband, ex-husband, separated husband, fill in the blank, husband, is have love and compassion for him. Have love and compassion for yourself. If it's time for it to be over, then we dance and we celebrate that completion and that release. And we really are ready to step into our power now. That lightning bolt split the deck. It was like, I'm trying to slap my hand hard enough to make a sound, but not to like hurt. It's like, listen, bam, crack, like a lightning bolt that splits a tree. It's like, holy shit, I cannot believe it just did that. But that's almost the power and energy. Like, that's what wants to happen in your life now. It's like, quit dawdling in a lot of ways, in your insecurities, in your, well, it just seems easier to do nothing than make a decision. That was the stagnant energy that like was very humorous, but that could be infusing into areas of your life that like, it's almost really time to line up the energy, make a decision, get this full moon completion, and tap into this autumnal equinox release. And that's actually fantastic news, because when you're done with the cycle, you want to let it go. You want to release it. Okay, so that was the background message, but in the forefront, that lightning bolt broke in to show us love, compassion, dance, and celebration. Like, we should be joyous in this now moment to have power come in, and you think, oh my God, here comes the lightning bolt, it's going to destroy. No, it didn't. It cracked open the deck to show you everything that I know I personally want: love and dancing. Like, to me, like, that sounds like a good game plan for my life. I'm going to love everything, everyone, because I am love. And I'm going to turn up that music, and I'm going to dance and dance and dance. And when I get tired of dancing, I'm going to lay down, I'm going to listen to the music and dance in my head. Hashtag now that I'm 42. But it's like, it's like, wow, what good news. So I'm just going to leave the Earth Magic deck like this. I'm going to snap a picture of each of your cards and work those in with the tarot pictures as well. So this, I feel like, is perfect to just say, you're right, honey. You are on the right path. All you have to do now is understand that that lightning bolt is here to, catapult your ass into these good energies. But you yourself have to understand your power. And then, this old phase, it's ready. It is ready to be completed, and it wants you to release it. And life wants you to love and dance. All right, let's move on to Archangel Michael. But, the really cool thing about those Earth Magic cards is the reason I chose that deck was the desert was showing me that potential warning that don't let yourself get too hard, or you're not going to be able to absorb love. And what did the Earth Magic give us? Love and celebration and dance. So I think it's like, I love that, because it's like good at whatever we do from here on out. It's good news, And I am one of those good newscasters. I like to be, and really once we start to focus on the good, that is helpful. That is so helpful within every aspect of our life. So it's like, okay, you've got a pile of topics in your life that's not really moving and hard to decide. And the thing is, it's like, if you're focusing on them not working, you're holding them up even more. So it's like you start to focus on the love, on the things to celebrate, on the things to feel good about, on the things to release and let go. Like you're just like, I'm doing so good. I'm doing so good. This is working. This feels good. Because you're focusing your energy on what's working, it will help everything to start working. So, I'm not saying avoid your difficult topics. I'm just saying invest in like love, compassion, positive affirmations. Even like, say your husband is a thorn in your side. Not that a husband would ever be like that. But if you can focus on his positive attributes, it will help it all around. I'm not joking you. I've literally loved bad situations out of my life. By focusing on love, anything less than love, I've witnessed it radiate and vibrate the fuck out of my life in a beautiful way. So it's like, really invest. Like I said, prioritize, do it every day, make it a point to look for things to celebrate and feel good. Feel so good. It's like our best defense, secret weapon, fuel, ambition. Like feeling good is so important. So I want everyone to do that, hear that, feel that. All right, Michael, why are you harassing my Nicole? Like Michael's like he's like, I just got so much time on my hands. I love you. I love you, humans. And he's got a great sense of humor. And I feel like, there's one card from Michael. I'm not looking at them yet. I feel like, he wants to help lighten. He wants to help smooth out. He knows that a sense of humor, smiles and laughs and hugs and connections, and it's like that makes everything easier. So try to find that humor within all. Okay, I have 3 cards from Michael. Let's see what they are. So let's see, the first one, I guess I'm going right to left. Okay. I guess I do things backwards out here in the sunroom. You got have confidence. Okay, that's spot on, because, that intuition and your inner guidance and your decisions, Sometimes it's like, make a decision and line up with it. Like my grandpa would say, my Bettany would say, just make a decision and stick to your guns. Because in some way he knew that like having that unwavering, like this is how it is, made things go easier. So if you can get to the point of making a decision, just have confidence that that is the right choice for you. And it is what a relief it is sometimes to just make a decision. Now, Abraham Hicks would say, make more decisions in every day, like little decisions, like I'm having this tea, I'm going to wear this clothes, I want to hear this song. Like you start making specific little decisions and you practice at that, and then you can make your bigger decisions easier because you've been practicing just making decisions. Have confidence. In the middle, you got, it's time to leave this unhealthy situation. So yeah, I would say like being separated for 5 years is probably not the healthiest situation, right? Right. We're all in agreement with that. So Michael says, yeah, it's time. It is time to leave this unhealthy situation. Like the full moon agrees, it's time. The autumn equinox says, yeah, it's time. It's time to leave. As the trees in that card from Earth Magic are ready to drop their leaves, yeah, it's time to be like a tree and leave. Leave this unhealthy situation. And then the third card says, focus upon divine and perfect health. So that's another thing to focus on, absolutely. What is working? What is good, right? God and Archangel Michael, thank you for continuously reminding me to focus upon perfect health and for guiding my actions so that they support my well-being. So as he says to have confidence to leave this unhealthy situation, he wants you to know that your well-being is that important. You want to support your well-being. Now, this might not be a physically abusive relationship, and it's like, maybe it's not even that bad. And that's why it's gone on for like so long. But the thing is, it's not really healthy to drag things out like this. And you know that. And so now it's time to have the confidence to leave. And then stop thinking about this bullshit and focus upon your well-being and your divine and perfect health, your mental well-being, your emotional well-being, if I may, your sexual well-being. Like those last couple years of my marriage, like there was no love-ins, right? Because you usually don't separate and get divorced because you're having amazing sex all the time. So it's like things are ready to change in your life, you know. More love, more respect, more emotional support, more connection. Yeah, there's just better things to be focused on. That we're all ready to focus on the good stuff, but we gotta clean up our mess. We gotta take care of, you know, what we started here. And yeah, so let me just read you the prayers from the first two cards from Michael. He wants you to have confidence. So here's our prayer that we can say. Archangel Michael, please lend me your courage and fortitude. Help me realize that I am one with all that is divine. Wisdom, strength, love, creativity, abundance, health. Allow me to feel confident and peaceful about myself in all ways. And we could add into that, you know, allow me to feel one with all that is divine, like intuition and clarity, right? So we have the confidence to hear our inner voice, our knowing. We get a sense of that. And you can start to have confidence to say, I have accessed my intuition. I am practicing my intuition. I am listening to my guidance, my intuition. And then, yeah, feel confident and peaceful about yourself. Feel good. Yeah, like what happened in the past, it's over, it's gone, it's done, it doesn't even exist anymore. Who I am right now, I am loving, I feel good about. I'm focusing on all things divine, right? And that is going to serve me now and in the future. So yes, he says, it is time to leave this unhealthy situation. So we pray. Archangel Michael, what parts of my life do I need to focus on more closely right now? Well, he already fucking answers that. He's like, focus on divine and perfect health. Thank you for helping me hear your answers and for giving me the courage to make healthy changes in my life. So you don't have to go anywhere guns blazing and be like, this is ending now. And like, it doesn't have to be chaotic, because truly the only thing you need to do is have a willingness to line up your energy. And as I'm looking out the window, there was this huge gust of wind that I thought might blow the house down coming at me. I could see it because it's snowing. Yeah, it's not like, and not much. It's like, yeah, help me have the courage and confidence to make healthy changes in my life. But really, you're doing so good. Not much visually has to change except your energy. So it's like, yeah, like you're pretty much exactly where you need and should be. It's actually just a matter of getting confident and getting tuned in to your guidance system. But yeah, getting confident. Ooh, yeah, that is what it is. Getting confident, like I am capable of making a decision. I am capable of leaving this unhealthy situation. I will find the means to make this happen, or allow this to happen. Now that I have asked for help, the universe is going to help me, and I have perfect faith that all will unfold in divine timing. And now the only thing I have to do is focus on my well-being, focus upon divine and perfect health, and feel confident and peaceful about myself in all ways. Aw, yeah, and that's just what you got to say to yourself again and again and again and again. Sometimes you got to put these new positive ways of thinking, these affirmations or new thoughts, you got to put them on repeat until you believe them, until you feel them. You just keep it going. So I feel like we've gotten so many good affirmations for you, Nicole. Like, just keep on repeating those, write them down in your journal. Believe them, believe them, believe them. Know them, know them, know them. You know, it's like you don't have to just believe in them. Honey, know it. You are confident. You are fully capable. You got this. All right, well, on that note, let's grab the I Ching and see what you don't got. Well, that was my intention anyways with this deck, because I was like thinking about how it has so many cards that like really are specific about what might not be working, or what could be like, it could just give us all good news too. I'm open to that. But I also just, maybe I just wanted to use this deck. I don't know. Why? Is there any other reason why I would have picked the I Ching Wisdom for you? I mean, I don't really know much about the I Ching. I thought it was interesting, but I knew that I would probably never be able to like look at lines and coins and know what the fuck I was looking at. so when I found this deck, I was like, oh, well, that's cool, because like I understand cards and pictures, and then in a way I'm accessing this 5,000-year-old divination tool of the I Ching, and yeah, I love it. I love the idea of that. So we'll just see what comes through, but I am specifically asking this deck that if there is anything that is a glitch that I didn't see, didn't experience with Nicole, you could clue me in on that. If there's any other advice for her, that could be brought in as well. So anyways, let's just see what it says as a little guidebook here. Nature is the basis of all knowledge. The I Ching wisdom. And there's a pretty cool dragon on the guidebook. All right, this is for Nicole. Is there anything that's like glitching or that we need to talk about as she makes her decisions? Dang, like to come off the bottom for you. Okay, there's one. Big project with the bus. Whoa. Okay, as I said that, a chunk came out. A chunk. So, like a chunk, like 4 cards. There's courtship, adversity, development, and congregation. It's like, what the hell is that all about? All right, I'll put the mess there. There is a little bit of an overload coming out as well. So that might just be like you saying, like, I don't know why this decision feels so big. Is it because it's a financial decision so big? Is it because it's like it involves your children, it's so big? Yeah, like you're just kind of feeling a little overwhelmed with making decisions, I feel like. So courtship came out with adversity, development, and congregation. So it's like there may have been some adversity, but guess what developed? Some pretty studious looking energy here, a coming together. So that's good, because at first in your life, it may have felt like you were dating involved with adversity. Like I have so much adversity in my life. It feels like there's like a courtship, and I hate it, right? So you have to focus on the development of congregation. What does congregation actually mean in this deck? I just want to see here. It's number 45. A teacher supervises the learning of bright youngsters for selecting future government officials, an assembly of the elites, a very auspicious hexagram, a gathering of great minds, a word I don't know, a betrothal or firm commitment is in the air. A firm commitment is in the air. So yeah, that is like decisions to make, but coming together of great minds, right? Putting your mind to the task, that could be what is developing. There is a sunrise behind a mountain. You look far out and away over a beautiful plain. The future is promising. You are on the right path to progressive success. A very positive, gradual, progressive relationship could be taking place. Now, there was the adversity card in this clusterfuck that fell out, and the adversity is a picture of oppression. Maybe this whole feeling sometimes that we're a victim of our circumstance, that's not what you want to fall into, okay? You want to lift above it all with the proper mindset. So if you've had a feeling of hopelessness or distress and being completely alone, You need to learn to bend, just like a reed bends with the wind. Flexibility. Flexibility is the key to counter the present state of mind. So there is a little bit of a retreat and wait with that card. And I would link that into what I said about, retreat from focusing on the problems and focus on what is going right. Make that your courtship. You want to court the things to celebrate. You want to focus on divine and perfect health. You want that. But as things progress over time, you did get the courtship card. And this is one of the universal laws of attraction. All successful unions have that basic quality, mutual attraction. So as you line up your energy, I would just have perfect faith that everything that you are a vibrational match to will be attracted into your experience. And hopefully you and me and everybody listening in, we are vibrational matches for good fortune and happiness and successful courtships and sound relationships and ongoing happiness. That's what we want. So if that's what we want, that's what we have to be. Okay? If we are focused on problems, then we are attracted to problems. We are a vibrational match to problems. That's not what we want to keep attracting. We want to attract happiness and love and a meeting of the minds. So that means we got to get into that frequency. So I want to see the first card that I pulled out for you before this whole blob fell out into my lap. Ooh, the card I pulled for you was number 35, charging. And there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 horses that I can see stampeding and galloping over this grassy plain. Now, what is interesting to me about this card is that with your earth magic, the lightning bolt came charging through the deck and cut the deck. And now you have the energy of horses. And the one lesson, horses are so powerful and beautiful. But the one lesson that I always think of first with horses, that I try to remember myself, just like the powerful horse, you get to decide, as if you're one of the horses, you get to decide who gets a ride on your back and who doesn't. The only reason we get to ride horses is because they agree to it and they let us up there. If they decide that the ride's over, the ride is over. You're off that horse, you know what I mean? It could be deadly. But anyways, you have to understand that that's how much power you have. And it's your decision who you let up in that saddle, if anybody. So there is this charging, powerful energy. It's number 35. Powerful stallions thunder across a great plain. Overhead, a strong sun symbolizing dominant yang energy. So Archangel Michael too, he's got a lot of fiery sun energy. Now is the time to pull out all the stops on whatever venture you seek success in. You will see rapid progress as the future opens up in front of you. So this is an encouraging and promising card. And it's as Archangel Michael was saying, focus on the divine. Focus on your health, your well-being. And your earth magic cards were saying, focus on love, compassion, dancing, and celebrating. So as you get your energy tweaked and aligned and lined up and focused like a fucking lightning bolt, that's what's going to happen. Everything is already waiting for you. Hello? It's waiting for you. So it's really, you're just the last component to make everything fall into place, getting your energy lined up. Yeah, just like I was waiting for you, like lovingly and humorously, because I could see that the energy wants to flow, but it's waiting for you to flow with it. And that's why you yourself already know that you are ready to surrender and tap into your intuition and get your faith in place and line up your energy. So there's a huge message of focus for you. And that does take practice and discipline at first if you're not used to it. And we're all improving on this aspect. So let that be a message for everybody. Get your focus on the target. What do you want to develop? Where do you want your mind? Adversity will seem like nothing when you start to focus and court your goals, intentions, love, celebration. Anything you focus on will be a success. Hear that. Anything you focus on will be a success. But the thing is, sometimes we focus on things like failure. We focus on things like insecurity. And then guess what? We are successful at manifesting that. It's not what we want, but it's like we focused on it and hello, we got more of it. So just focus on what you want, Nicole. Woo! Yes, and be the stallion. I love it. Okay, so I love these like feel good, pat on the back, keep going, group hug messages. Like it makes me want to like go be awesome and focus on what I want to create, because it's like, yeah, like I do this too. Like I start thinking about what isn't working and I let myself get insecure, and what I really should just be doing is focusing on success and feeling good and being happy and having things to celebrate and having things to love and feel good about. And so anyways, I hope you're enjoying it too. We've got the soulful woman to give us a little guidance, and the soul flower to, yeah, I totally want to give you some flowers. So yeah, I feel pretty good, and like oddly good. I feel oddly good. Like we should get used to feeling good. Yeah. All right, let me give a little shuffle here. Now this is the deck that I want to give everybody, the Soulful Woman deck. So if I could just get an affirmation. Whoa. Oh, we got one. Okay, so these are big cards. So when one card flips out, you know, like it makes a scene, kind of. So the one that flipped out is Inner Wellspring, number 3. On the bottom is number 14, and on the top is number 5. Okay, so we've got number 3, Inner Wellspring. Number 14, Asking Opens a Pathway. Cool. And then, good for all of us here, number 5, Ageless Beauty. Snap, snap, snap. Yes. All right. So the one that flipped out, though, let's focus on that. These other two are complementary and confirmations. But this one that really made a scene is this beautiful woman. You'll love the artwork. They're all different and they're cool. But this lady has her eyes closed, and there is a golden dot which has sunbeams coming out of it on her third eye. So she's going inside for her intuition. Like you can't make this up. Now on her dress shirt, there's all these swirls and colors, and there's these 2 stick figures, and there's a heart in between them. So I'm just guessing, assuming that you are ready for more love in your life, because I feel like I am, and I feel like you would be in your situation as well. More love, more inner connection. You said more intuition. So this is a confirmation for that. And your affirmation with this card says, I have an inner wellspring of love that luxuriously overflows with abundance. So it's like we want more love, we think it's outside of us, but actually, just like everything else, it is inside of us. And we all have the ability to connect with that inner wellspring, that inner well of love. And let that be what is overflowing and in our life. Now, you're asking for more faith, more confidence, more intuition, more clarity, more access to the means to complete your old phases and cycles. Asking opens a pathway. When I ask questions of my inner being, I discover that beautiful and helpful answers always come to me. So, like I was saying, like, make more decisions, practice making decisions, commit to your intuition. This gives us a very tangible way to practice that. Ask your questions to yourself, sit down, quiet your mind, and maybe just write your journal. Write whatever comes into your mind, whatever flows out on paper, and practice asking questions of your inner being. So literally open up a clean sheet to the notebook. At the top, write the question. Sit there for a minute and just start letting it flow out. It doesn't need to make sense. You're practicing. Make it a game. Make it a game. I am practicing asking questions of my inner being, right? And then you'll notice that the more that you do that, the more the answers come to you. Don't get discouraged if they're not on the page right away. Asking opens up the pathway. So you ask that question in the morning, it's like, all right, well, that's my question. Watch your answers flock to you that day, right? Know that they're always going to come to you. So maybe get familiar with your questions. Like, I asked you for specific questions, you didn't give me one. Right? You didn't actually use a question mark. I love you so much. Get to know what your questions actually are, and then open up that pathway. Now, the ageless beauty coming in to just love you, love you, love you, and say, with grace, dignity, and strength, I grow into the unique texture of my feminine soul. So it's like, yeah, you might feel like, what the hell happened the past 9 years of my life? Well, there goes a fucking decade. I can relate. Don't feel like you've lost quality time, or it's like, listen, you are where you are. That's where you're supposed to be. You are still growing into the texture of your feminine soul. You're still becoming the woman you are. This is an ongoing process. So love yourself. I just know that sometimes, like, after a divorce, this has been my experience, there is that part of the healing process of like, oh my God, like, I'm 42, like, who's gonna want me? Or like, oh my God, like, what did I just fucking do for the past 13 years of my life? And it's like, you really are, I don't want to use the word young, but yeah, like, as young as you want to be, or where you're at. And youth is not everything. Sorry, young people, but youth is not everything. And that whole card from Archangel Michael, focus on divine and perfect health. Focus on your beauty. Focus on your strength. Focus on your dignity and your grace and your love and your inner wellspring, and the fact that like the most beautiful thing about you is that you can flow love. Yeah, that's what I'm enjoying hearing again and again and again and again. All right, let's get you some flowers and get you the hell out of here. All right, we're gonna kick it off with some bee balm, vibrance. Let's get some more flowers for Nicole. Nicole, thank you again. Here is some milk thistle, not exactly what I would have thought I would have put in your bouquet, but because it has a message of forgiveness, it's here because you have to forgive yourself, you have to forgive others. You could be like, gosh, I've never used my intuition ever, not once. And it's like, hey, okay, fine, forgive yourself and start using it. You're just going to forgive everyone for everything. I forgive everyone for everything. And I move forward now with grace. Okay, there. I feel like that's the card. It is evening primrose with rebirth. And I'll read these cards. I just want to get all your flowers out. That's all. I just want to get all the flowers out. All right, let's get her one more here, please. One more flower. Something pretty. Okay, they're all pretty in their own way. All right, here we go. One more for Nicole here. It is Campanella with alignment. And on the bottom, velvet leaf with self-love. Okay, there we go. Now I'm happy. Now I feel like that's good. The Campanella is perfect. Absolutely 100% perfect. I'm going to probably push more stuff off the desk here, but that's okay. Remember what I said about you getting your energy? Like everything's ready to change, get wrapped up. Things are ready to be decided. Just waiting on you, girl. Just waiting on your energy to be in alignment. And when you're in indecision, in that gray zone, it's hard to make, you're like, oh my God, like I don't even know what I want to have for dinner, let alone do with my life, you know? And it's like, make a decision and line up with it. It will feel good. So that's why I suggested making little decisions first. And then once we get on a roll, we'll move on to the big stuff. But getting your energy into alignment, focusing on what you want, having your goals and projects and focusing on love will get everything in order. Easy. Adding in a little forgiveness clears out any glitches. Loving yourself, the remedy for anything and everything. And what is going to happen? A vibrant life for you. A rebirth. You'll literally feel like a new Nicole. Because after that full moon card and that autumnal card that we got at the beginning, after you release, it's like shedding a snake skin. It's like, oh my gosh, this feels so good to close this chapter. Yeah, it's not completely cleaned up yet, but like in a way, when you move forward and decide to focus forward, oh, it feels so good. It feels so good to forgive. It really does. It's like, oh, this is what I needed. This is what I needed. And that's why that ageless beauty, I grow into the unique texture of my feminine soul. I keep rebirthing. Yeah. So Evening primrose with rebirth helps you to release old wounds and feelings of rejection, self-pity, other heart-heavy issues you may have carried. This could come from your childhood, from your failed marriage. Sorry to put the F word on it, but hey, it is what it is. Ain't nothing like a failed marriage to give you some feelings of rejection, self-pity, and a heavy heart. So it's like, that's why we got milk thistle. Forgiveness. So this evening primrose allows for a sort of spiritual rebirthing, or a birthing of your true self, so you can make room for more joy, more fun, more playfulness in your life. So yeah, the law of attraction is bringing everything to us that we're a match for, but we got to make room for it. And we make room with forgiveness, with milk thistle. Milk thistle says life has taught you to protect yourself, but sometimes you end up hurting yourself. So it's like, let go. Milk thistle helps you to let go through the power of forgiveness of all the self-imposed restrictions and defensive armor that is making it hard for you to open and receive all the love and abundance the universe has flowing towards you. So milk thistle wants to prevent you from becoming that parched desert. Milk thistle wants to open up the pathway that your asking is doing, and so that you can have all the good stuff flow to you. You saying that you don't have intuition, or, you know, like anytime you cut yourself down even a little bit, that's a self-imposed restriction. So that's why we want to not do that. And I'm like reminding myself of that right now. I'm like, yeah, that's why we want to stop doing that. Because we want to open up and let the love and abundance flow to us. How do we do that? Forgiveness. How do we do that? Self-love with the velvet leaf. Velvet leaf softly reminds you of your true nature. Pure love. No matter what the earthly chaos, negativity, or suffering you have faced, no matter what you have faced, Velvet Leaf wants you to remember that you are a magnificent, pure expression of divine love made manifest in human form. You are love itself. You are love. So love yourself and love others. And that just takes me full circle to back to what I was realizing in my little tarot journey. It's like, listen, I am here to love. I am love. And when I don't allow myself to love, I feel like garbage. So it doesn't really matter if it's returned. I'm just going to love because that's what I do. That's who I am. That is what I am. I am love. I am light, and I'm going to love, and I'm going to shine with all my might. And so that's why Bee Balm comes in with vibrance that says, yeah, baby, add some spark to your life. Right? Yes, the answer is yes. Add some spark to your life. Bee Balm encourages you to let go of inhibitions. She wants you to cut loose. She wants you to be passionate. She wants you to sing your song at the top of your lungs without judgment. Remember, Earth Magic brought in dance and celebration. I didn't really describe that card. It was an African woman and like you know, a little patch of fabric in the right spots, and that's it. And she was dancing tribal. Okay, like just be so vibrant and so loving and so happy and so singing and so wild and vibrant. And it's like, that's just what you want to be doing. If you're feeling it, if you're lined up with it, celebrate. Every day is a gift worth celebrating. And hear this, Bee Balm reminds you to show up and embrace the potential of your own life. No excuses. No more excuses. No more excuses. You're going to start living your life right now. You're going to start tapping in right now. You're going to start feeling beautiful right now. And all of this comes together with campanella, or campanula. I don't know how the fuck you say it. With alignment. Campanola. I was saying campanella. Oh, well. They're like these little purple bells. And they're ringing in the spirit of abundance. So you've got like 1, 2, 3. How many times does it say abundance in all of this? You got lots of abundance. The spirit of abundance. I mean, girl, you are very generous with me. Like, I think it's like, let the universe be generous to you now. You know, like, let it give you everything you want. From the limitless universal source, let the spirit of abundance flow in. Now, this flower helps you with the alignment of your thoughts, words, and actions with your true self that knows no limitations. So Bee Balm is saying no excuses. Campanula is saying no limitations. And throughout this whole reading, you definitely got the message to focus and align. Focus on what you want, divine health, love, celebration. Focus, focus, focus. And make sure that your thoughts are focused on that. Make sure your words are focused on that. Make sure your actions are lined up with what you want. It's like that charging horse. It knows where it's going and you cannot stop it. Like, I would not try to stop a charging horse. And there was like 8 of them, right? So it's like, get everything lined up that it does not have any other choice other than to manifest. You've got your energy flowing in such a powerful way all the time, but when we get into alignment, it's going in our best interest. It's going in a beautiful way. So anyways, that is a beautiful, beautiful message. Focus on all that you have achieved instead of dwelling on what there is yet to do. So yes, there is still a lot to do, but you know what? We're going to celebrate what we have done, and we are going to be well and be happy and be fun and be joy and be playful. And most of all, Nicole, we are going to be love. Woo! Yeehaw, little doggy. All right. I am so excited to get this uploaded. 1, because it's Tuesday and we did tarot and that was awesome. 2, because I'm still throwing things off this desk, making room for more cards. I'm so excited to get this out for everybody. And Nicole, I hope you enjoyed it, benefited. I know I did. I mean, it's like, you guys, I know I did. I can feel it. I feel good. I feel good. And I want everyone to feel this as well. I want everyone to tap into that inner wellspring and just overflow with the abundant feeling of love for themselves, for the earth, for everyone on it. Man, wow. So anyways, thank you so much. Thanks for letting me pull cards for you. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for working on yourself. Thanks for manifesting beautiful things. We could thank each other on and on and on. And you know what? I think we should. I think that we should. So anyways, you guys, come back tomorrow. We're going to manifest more thoughtfulness. But yeah, thank you for being so thoughtful to me and being a part of this journey here with me at home. I really feel like we are making beautiful waves in the world, and yeah, thank God in our own life as well. All right, there you go. So much love to you. Thank you.